yeah, we're going to be a little bit more in depth and in detail on this particular build. I've been kind of lacking on that, so sorry. But here's a trick I do. You can go to places like Home Depot and other places, and they sell these neodymium magnets. These are ring magnets anyhow. When you go to get measurement on stuff that's not on a true 90-degree angle, which is square, you're not going to be able to get it. When you work by yourself like I do, you know, I want 25 inches right here, and I want it to catch it along here, because this is where the corner of the table is going to be, right here. So I don't want the legs really sticking out from the table. I kind of want it as compact, you know, pretty much as I can get it, but I still want you know, it's strong. So I just take 4 of these magnets, push it up there really good, and they'll hold your square right there. And like I said, I work by myself a lot of times. So run your tape along there. Like I said, I'm looking for 25 inches. I wanted to run the contour of this as much as possible on the measurement. So that's going to put the corner right on that edge. Okay. And it can lay flat or it can lay like this, either way. It's really handy, you know, for measurements like this when you need to get a measurement. So it does work pretty good, and you can pretty much stick it anywhere. All right. And this is not a very big, and this is actually a tube cutter. It's not a pipe cutter. It will cut pipe, but it's more for tube. And like I said, I'm not going to bore you all with a bunch of this. I'm not doing all 4 of them. Kind of walk you through this. I'll walk myself through it. And I hate tubing cutters for them not going straight. And I think this one is the one that didn't. Yeah, you son of a gun, you. Okay. Well, whenever they start wobbling, or you got a roller that's off or something like that, that's not a good thing. It's always nice to have help, but I don't always have help. And I'm going to see if I can't fix that tubing cutter. Get it to start rolling like it's supposed to. We'll whack this one off as straight as we can. And like I said, we might have to dress it up with a grinder a little bit. We are going to be using the pipe liner to line it up. Small gaps are no big deal. You know, big gaps are really no big deal either. So now we're going to have to figure out the height of our legs. So, and I'm not really worried about getting up under there or anything like that, because the table's going to be rolled out over there out of the way or something like that. So I'll use this again. Okay. It's kind of have to be built what's comfortable to weld. Comfortable for me or whatever. So we're going to look at the height. Now the thing is, I am going to try to have some retractable wheels and stuff on it, so I could, when I set it down, I have a way of leveling it. On wheels, you don't have much choice unless you use a setup like this, and that's really shaky. So I want it set on the ground, maybe with some jack bolts or something. So what's comfortable to me, I think, would be almost like handrail height, 42 inches. So, and I am going to have some standoff pieces here so I can brace off of this. So you're probably looking at maybe 3-inch standoffs, maybe more. So to me, 42 would be good, because I can stand up, lean over a little bit and brace. The vise will be right up here, the roll would be right there. And 42, so let's drop it down to, let's drop it down to 39 inches. And 39 inches would be the cut length of, of this piece. And that'll be the top of that. So, kind of like that. All right, we got 3 of them cut so far, and they look like they're close to the bends. This one here is a little crooked. Let me get them evened up here. Yeah, I think that's gonna be quite nice right there. So I got one more to do, and I'm gonna get the measurements on that. I've just been using the tube notcher to mark them. I'm still going 25. And like I said, guys, if you do anything with this or marking anything, it is really a good idea to invest in these little magnets on a straight edge. Then that's nothing but a tri-square straight edge, and it works good. And we're going 39 this way, hugging the length of the pipe as much as we can. And I don't have enough tape here. And staying as close to the pipe so they'll be pretty much equal in length. And we're going 39 right here. All right, now what's going to happen is I'm going to get my chop saw out here. If you remember correctly, we figured these were 80 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 10 degrees off of it right here. so it'll sit level on the floor. That's pretty simple stuff. 80, 10 equals 90. So, good idea right there though. Works good. Like I said, I'm going to bore you with the details of cutting all of them. I'm just using this to get a kind of a wraparound mark. I did work on the tubing cutter a little bit and got this rolling and a new pin in it, but I had no desire to try to cut them with that. The Portaband does a quite nice job. And that's what happens when you don't put your clamp on it. And that blade will follow that notch. that tube cutter makes pretty good. So, and these are the 39. This thing still doesn't cut good enough for me to trust doing the whole cut with it. Besides, they're going to be coked anyhow. So, and then it'll be re-leveled. We're going to leave this one right here, and I'm going to start seeing if the notcher is going to work properly. 0, 90 degrees. So and I generally just eyeball half the distance of it. Line up 2 teeth right there. If you look at this tooth lined up with that tooth, and that's half, maybe a hair. And there you go. Like I said, I have little faith in these things. When they do a good job, they do a good job. But when they don't do a good job, they are horrible. Always good to use good cutting oil. Tap Magic is my favorite. And don't rag me about my damn cords on the shit. These tools are probably older than most of y'all watching. I didn't have it on the flats. And I did make mention that I like to use a lubricant. Okay, this is the part where you got to cut this off. To continue your cut. And reset up again, which is not terribly a big deal. Good, it's grease. But it's not terribly hard to set back up. Plug it in, Kevin. Plug it in. And it is basically a dry run. What I'm going to be doing after I get one end of this notched, and I'm going to look at the notch and see if it's worth a damn. Well, that actually worked pretty good. So now I'm going to compare it, because this is 2-inch tubing, and the only hole saw I had, and the only one I could really find, is 2 1/8 that's close. And we're going to see, that is not a bad fit right there. Could be better. Still not bad. I can weld that, no problem. So, okay, and then what I'm going to be doing with this right here, I'm going to set up my chop saw and come about 3 inches. This will weld to the table, and then the legs will go into these, probably 3 of them. And then from the legs, I'm going to notch and come down on an angle to spread out all over the bottom of the table, to kind of spider web out, to give it a lot of strength, a lot of oomph. So it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be like this up underneath the table, a whole bunch of fingers coming out in all points of the table to give it a lot of strength, transfer the strength to the legs. And like I said, then the legs will be braced as well. So that didn't do a bad job. So, you know, just letting y'all know how I'm going to be doing this. I mean, don't want to get all technical. I don't want to bore you for 5 hours of cutting this stuff out, and I'm not going to do that. I know y'all got more important stuff to do with your time. Y'all need to be going out building stuff like me. So I'm just showing you how I'm going to be building this table. And then hopefully tomorrow, because I'm going to stay out here this evening, I'm going to get a lot of this cut. I'm going to get that plate put up on some jack stands, and we're going to start welding some stuff on. And then we're going to start figuring out from there some of the other stuff. And that came out pretty sweet, not too bad. I've had the thing a while, and it does work. They do work. They do a nice job. Just somewhat iffy sometimes, you know. And you do have to cut. I learned that you have to cut these once you reach the maximum depth of your hole saw. You have to cut it off and then continue. But yep, not a bad job. All right, we got to make 12 of these. Got this leveled out, and I marked it right there. And I'm not going to be, I'm going to cut the width of the line out. I'm not going to be terribly super accurate. I got my little miter saw set up. We're level. That's level. So we're good. Got an abrasive blade on here. It's probably not rated for an abrasive blade, but for the money I paid for it and the work it's done, it has earned its due. So let's see it do some metal work too. That looks pretty good. I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Yeah, that's going to be nice. And then that's a weld to the table, and then this will sit on that, or those will sit on that. The legs will sit on that in 3 places. And then from here, we're going to spider off into different parts of the table to strengthen the whole thing up. So, yeah, clean that mill scale up off of there. That'll be a pretty easy weld, not too bad. And like I said, I'm going to stick them with some 70-14s or 60-13s, something like that. Nothing crazy, because I'm going to clean them, sand the weld down. I'm going to clean them up. They're going to be good looking welds, but clean them up. So what I'm going to do is take this, put that back in there, do another tube notch, and do another cut. It's going to be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We cut the table, we cut the legs to be 39. We're increasing the height of the table another 3 inches. So that's the 42 plus the 3/8, 42 and 3/8 that we kind of wanted to go with. So, and the blade did pretty good. I'm sure this thing, and I have cut steel with it before. That's a Diablo. That's a good blade. It's a 7-inch. I'm sure I'll get 6 out of it. Easy, maybe more. Ready to get the tube notcher going again, and go ahead and notch another set of tubes and lay it right up here and cut it, and that's the way we're going to go. Alright, got them all cut with one blade. That's good, because I'm broken cheap.